Welcome everybody, it's Yuki once again, giving you guys today's VR chat news. And of course, Tupper is on top of it. He is the leader of VR chat. So let's take a look at the developer update for September 14, 2023. So today's update is more on Unity 2022 and the security. Let's have a look. So important info and announcements. So if you have not been able to be keeping up with the news about Unity as a whole, um, there is a new thing that has been going on in terms of pricing and licensing structure. And if you try to buy a game or if you try to install a game, the publisher has to pay a fee, especially on Steam. We'll talk about that more in depth later on this weekend as part of a special edition of Gaming News on the weekend. But a little bit about that, just a little context. If you install a game that is made in Unity, the publisher actually has to pay a small fee of 20 cents per install, and actual publisher and game dev who make games with Unity are getting pissed off. We'll talk about that more in depth this weekend in an actual video about that. But for today, we're talking about the VR chat portion of our content here. And even they say this to keep it very student. VR chat isn't going anywhere thanks to in part to our VR chat plus supporters. Thank you. And then now we get into the real meat and potatoes of today's update. Unity 2022 Open Beta. Open Beta is currently testing a version of VR chat running on 2022. This is a change from our current version with this Unity 2019. And right now, Unity runs 2019. Now they're going to do 2022. Now, right now it's an open beta. So if you see me publishing a world within the next few days, that is in Unity 2022, I am actually trying to test it out as well because I do have the open beta of VRChat already in play. Do I have to re-upload? No, you don't. No re-uploads are required. All content from live VR chat works in this build in 2022. We've done a ton of work to ensure as much content works as possible. Our closed beta testers found a bunch of stuff and we fixed most of it, but we're certainly missed more stuff which we need to help to find. If you have content you uploaded to VR chat that you want to make sure it works fine after Unity upgrade, test it now. And I will be starting to test out my my other worlds that I have done already in Unity 2022 in the beta. Most of it would work just because the Moonlight House is using assets from the asset store from 2019. Submit all the bugs you find in our open beta feedback board. We'll sort it out. Now, for SDK, however, we are not releasing a 2022 SDK yet. Don't upgrade your projects yet. Stay on 2019. So if you are working on a world that is 2019 and there's no SDK yet for 2022, don't go to 2019. Don't go to 2023 yet. Stay on 2019 for now. Open beta will remain on Unity 2022 though going forward. This will allow users to test Unity 2022 while playing VRChat normally, so you can easily find in them and report bugs. We'll, we'll have builds for all normally supported beta platforms, and we'll maintain network compatibility with live as well as usual. Rough roadmap. Here's the roadmap. Unity 2022 VRChat is on open beta right now. We'll stay on Unity 2022 even if future test builds need to go out. At some point during the 2022 open beta, we'll push out a 2022 SDK and provide migration steps. It would be very straightforward, especially with the Creator Companion handling it. Eventually, once we're okay with the state of open beta, we'll push it live. Next, VRChat SDK 3.3.0 has been released. The new SDK has been released through the Creator Companion as usual. Upgrading your existing project is super easy. Click My Manage Project in VCC, then slap Update for each SDK package you installed. The VCC will handle it for you. This update includes a overhaul to the Build tab of the control panel, which includes the following: fully rebuilt the SDK Builder panel with new UI and features. Uploading worlds and avatars no longer requires to enter play mode. Updating the thumbnail no longer requires full content rebuild and upload. You can now select any file to be uploaded as a thumbnail. A standardized public API has been added for developers. Content Manager now works to currently select the world and allows quickly setting up so updating the world as current. Countless bug fixes and improvements across worlds and avatar SDKs. If you are a developer for tools, just keep this in mind. If you're making tools that integrate with VRChat SDK, pay attention. There is an important release that has required makes substantial changes to the SDK internals. We now provide a public APIs for you to integrate with, and we highly recommend migrating your tools to utilize them if you're relying on reflection or similar techniques for spook spookality and New Year's Eve info. So talking about the Halloween event next month and New Year's Eve at the end of the year. Nothing to share yet, but if you're interested in contributing to either Spectacularity or New Year's Eve in VR chat, keep an eye out for announcements. We'll have more information soon. So they do this event called Spectacularity for, of course, Halloween, and then New Year's Eve they're gonna do a countdown in VR chat. So if we're, I'm just going to give a hypothetical. If you're unable to celebrate New Year's Eve with your family, but you have VR chat, you can go into VR chat essentially to celebrate New Year's Eve with a countdown in a specialized world. So that's what that is for, and that will happen later this year and this, on December 31st, 2023, as we say hello to 2025. 2024, excuse me. I'm way too ahead. Ongoing development. If you are interested in ClientSim and UdonSharp, that is for you. UdonSharp and ClientSim are a testament to creativity and intelligence of the VRChat creator community. Both of these packages started life as completely community-driven projects. Merlin and Sign Laser saw a way to make VRChat world development easier and donated their own time to build out the tools they envisioned. UdonSharp became a creator package, and Merlin joined VRChat, and ClientSim was created by Sign Laser. At VRChat's request to take the best of Synemo and turn it down into focus on SDK. Trim it down to focus on SDK 3. These two packages are now integral to world development that they were going to take one new step. We're merging their code bases directly into VR World vs SDK to make them available in every project moving forward by default. This will also make it much easier for us to develop World SDK features, which require changes to ClientSim and UdonSharp in order to function fully, and easier for creators so you keep these three packages properly synced. We will keep the UdonSharp and ClientSim source repositories synchronized as closely as we can, and we will still accept issues with PRs from them on now. What do I need to do? Not much. We will release 2.13 update to the Creator Companion and then release a new Worlds SDK version 3.4.0. You can then use them to VCC, update your projects to the new version 3.4.0, and your project will have the duplicates client sim and Udon SAR packages removed from its file system and VPM manifest. This will also work if you update your world's package through the package resolver directly in the Unity project. The resolver will be updated at the same time. If you currently If you create Unity editor tools for World SDK, you can move forward assuming that every user and SDK is with SDK 3.40 will have UdonSharp and ClientSim available. Note that this will be using a version defined, which looks for ClientSim or UdonSharp packages. Those will no longer exist. You should use the world packages instead. However, we checked over 100 popular community packages and found only one which did this, so it is not likely to be an issue for you. Okay, now we talk about security. Now, a little context about this one, the security section of this before we move on. A few months ago, I published a update video about a new thing that has been going on YouTube. I think it was last month, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I was talking about back a few months ago. And that is a video back then. That is this one right here, and that is this video right here. A little bit of context about this. So back on back 4 weeks ago, last month actually, there was a contest going on for Ripper Store, and what this was that users can actually steal avatar with sneaky ways, by the way, and put them on a website called Ripper Store, and that actually got a lot of people angry, and rightfully so. These, I want to keep you guys informed that this Avatar Ripper Store thing has been trying to uh, give you the stolen avatars made by community members. I want to remind you guys that this is very, very, very dangerous because these particular avatars that were created for the community were created by somebody who knew somebody of the somebody. So, for example, this particular avatar, this Shadina, to be very familiar to you, actually, if you follow my channel, because I actually do reaction videos with Francis the Hedgehog on this channel about this particular Shadina, and that in turn is actually Taveri Peace. And I found this particular avatar on the Ripper store. Well, VRChat in today's update has given us a little bit of a letter about security with said avatars. And let's read. We're gonna read about this. Um, a letter from the VRChat security team. Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to peel back the curtain on some and provide a little more visibility into VRChat security. Historically, we haven't shared many details about our security projects or responses. This is for a variety of reasons, but it can be summed up as if we tell you what we're doing, it's easier for bad guys to bypass it. That said, I believe we could do some sharing more. As such, today I'm going to share some info about avatar ripping and piracy, and we talked about that a moment ago, and what we're doing about it. If you're unfamiliar, the term avatar ripping in VRChat context refers to the act of taking an avatar from someone else's wearing and converting the files used to display that avatar on your local device back into something they can upload. We also refer this as avatar piracy, as this problem is very similar to software or media privacy. And if you're into gaming, obviously I am, you always heard about gaming piracy. So this is the same thing, but for VR chat avatars. Um, First, I want to acknowledge that we've been seeing reports that you have filed. We see the pain, upset, and cost of ripping and privacy effects on the community. We see the difficulty this causes for our creators and the confusion it creates for you. As community members ourselves, we have many team members who have been impacted by ripping. Piracy is an issue we have taken seriously for years. But like many companies out there, we have struggled to fix it. To put plainly, it is very difficult problem to solve technically. So, so what are you doing about it? We have a series of updates planned for this late fall that should significantly reduce future occurrences of avatar ripping and privacy. Sadly, I can't share all the technical specifics on with you, RE bad guys. However, I want to reassure you that we are tackling this issue on multiple fronts. These updates will be a combination of efforts that we have been in development for some time. In addition to technical solutions, we have previously and will continue to employ other methods with the same goal of making it harder to pirate content out of VRChat. So my avatar will never be ripped again. I want to tell you yes, but I can't. The truth is that there will always be extremely dedicated Marauders people out there, and they will find a way to bypass protections we develop. Our goal is to make the difficulty bar so high that, that malicious pirates don't consider it worth their time to rip avatars. This makes it much easier to find those who steal pirate content and to respond to them on an individual basis. We think these updates should fit the bill. Will we hear this from security again? I hope so. My general philosophy on security is that when we're doing our job well, we'll be in the shadows and won't even notice that we're here. However, there are still going to be times when it may be helpful or necessary to hear from us directly. We want you to see your, we want to know, we want, well, we want you to know we see your reports. And the VR chat team is here to help protect our community against those who hurt it. Sincerely, Starchild, VR chat security team lead. Imposters. We're still working on imposters. The feature is not dead. We've ran into some unexpected delays and hiccups, especially on the API side of things, and that's about as much as we can share about what's going on in the weeds. Needless to say, it's still on the way. In trade, here's some more imposter examples for you to take a little peek at. And there's a new profile won't be on the way. But before we go on to that, I do have a little bit of a update on this Ripper store, and thanks to Twitter, I do want to go to my Twitter for this one. Uh, uh this one right here, retweeted by Steve the Cat, our fellow VR chat user, Steve the Cat, the green cat, the one that is handsome. Let's have a read about this. Ripple Store shuts down October the 1st. It says 10, but he corrected it. And here is the tweet, and here is the Discord post by the announcements page of said Ripper Store. Dear users, we hope this message finds you well. It has been an incredible journey running Ripper Store, and we appreciate your trust in our services. As after much reconsideration, we regret to inform you that Ripper Store will be closing its doors at the end of this month. This decision was not made lightly, but we believe it is the right step for us at this time. Here are some important details. Um, Closure date. Our final day of operation will be the last day of this month, which is going to be September 31st. Closure date. Our final day of operation will be the last day of this month. What it means for you, as of 1/10/2023, October 1st, all services to access the Ripper Store will be discontinued. Please ensure that please ensure you download any content files. Please do not do this. Um, or information you require from our website before this date. After disclosure, the website will no longer be accessible. Okay. Let's see what is. Okay. Okay. So this is huge because this means that they will no longer they will no longer do the whole. I don't think they finished the contest. So thank goodness, thank God, because you don't want your avatar stolen. Especially now that I'm thinking about doing avatar development very soon. I'm already doing world development. Now we have avatar development safe. Not totally safe, but hey, we're in the right direction here, y'all. let's continue our read on the post here. There's a little bit more to go. Um, we have a new VRChat home profile view on the way. And if you go to hello.vrchat.com and you log in, here is your look at how your profile view would look like. So this is what you see on the hello.vrchat.com if you log in correctly. And this looks cool, but there's going to be a new one. Here's how it looks like on the new one that's coming out. Not too bad. Actually not bad. And it's going to be working on different ratio. So different mobile aspect ratio. So like a phone, tablet, screen, it's going to work on all devices. So it's going to be more responsive in a way. That's the thing about this one. Let's have a look at this video. Looking at the new thing here. So right now your friends list is actually on the displayed already on the right. And then on a phone, now keep in mind it is still in development, so it's gonna roll out soon. So yeah. So that is today's VR chat news. I believe the biggest story though for today, at least for the moment, is the Unity 2022, and of course they address the security. They're addressing the security of the ripping of the avatar. So that was important, especially after what happened last month with avatar ripping. Okay, so let me know in the comments below what do you guys think of today's news, and are you excited that the avatar the Ripper store is being taken down, and are you excited about the security team? Let me know in the comments below. And the next the next time we'll do a video like this is gonna be the next update, September 28th, 2023. We're going to be I'm going to be breaking that down for you guys. That's all. We'll see you guys later tonight for VR chat. And if you like Fortnite, we have Fortnite late night drops at 9:30. So don't forget about those droppies. We're going to go for our 7th dub tonight, maybe more. We'll see. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Don't forget to live life to the fullest. And don't forget to stay blessed, don't get stressed, and get rest.